Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Weekly Patronage. I am here. I almost called myself your patron. I mean, I guess I kind of am. I'm Lauren. I'm the content coordinator here at Idle Champions, and I am here to play lots of patron challenges with you, answer questions for you, and drink tea. Basically those three things. Maybe some other things. I don't know. Welcome, everybody. Sorry it took an extra moment or two to get started here, but, you know, I had to get a few things, a few last moment things ready. For example, if you missed out on a couple of announcements that happened on Friday, do I have some fun news for you? First off, let's close this because, hey, we're live right now. But before we get to that, first off, I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Hi, chat. Welcome to our Monday afternoon weekly patronage. Thank you to Mars, who is our moderator for our show today. Mars is going to be taking care of grabbing questions from the chat while I am getting patron challenges set up. Mars might also be running some votes to see what y'all would like me to do for our weekly patronage this week. And, you know, just also helping to answer questions and being awesome like normal. So, did you miss out on Friday? If you did, I mean, it's been a busy couple of weeks. The beginning of this year has been busy. So, if you missed it, then look at this. So, on Wednesday, we are releasing the next charity familiar, Disco, the Baby Moonstone Dragon familiar. That's key art for Disco. Aren't they adorable? So much fun. They are going to be a familiar that we're going to be offering as for sale starting on Wednesday. It is a charity benefit familiar. So the net proceeds from all sales for the first 2 weeks that Disco is available will go to the Canadian Cancer Society, which is a wonderful organization that helps out many, many people in need. And we got help from the wonderful Brian Gray, who is Urban Bohemian on most of the socials and on Twitch, who is absolutely wonderful. He helped us design this familiar and is going to be joining us for something else that's happening. Yeah, so to celebrate, on Wednesday, we are going to be having a special D&D game happening from 3 to 5 Pacific on Wednesday, February 9th. I am going to be running a one-shot for a couple of members of the C&E crew and Brian. We're calling it Moondance. Yes, I know, you all are going to have that song in your head right now, and I've been enjoying that song being in my head for the last week or two as I've been prepping for this game. So now it's your turn. Anyway, I am excited about Wednesday because we're going to be releasing this adorable familiar. We're going to be playing some fun D&D. We're going to be raising money for an absolutely excellent cause and doing it with a fabulous content creator in Brian. So come by, join us. It's going to be fun. But while I'm looking forward to Wednesday, I'm also happy to be here with all of you, playing through some stuff, getting some challenges taken care of, taking care of our patrons. I've basically just got a free play going on here because I wanted to have all 3 of my adventuring parties ready for you, ready and able to do whatever it is that we're going to do with these patrons. We've got 4 patrons available, all of whom have challenges to take care of, although I've already kind of got some murk done accidentally. So I think while I answer some of the questions that have come in from chat, oh, and I should say, if you do have questions for me, go ahead and put those in chat with question in big capital letters at the beginning so that Mars, our amazing moderator, can grab it and put it into the backstage chat, because every once in a while I'm too busy to look at chat directly because I'm too busy looking at Disco. Because look at them, they're so cute. So definitely put those in chat so that Mars can grab them and stick them into the backstage document so I don't miss your awesome questions. What am I taking questions about? Anything really. The game mostly, but if you have any other questions, we're here for 2 hours to hang out and chat and drink tea. So anyway, we'll get those questions into chat so Mars can grab them. Meanwhile, oh hey, it's a Garwar raid. All right, everybody. Make sure you're going Gar for the Garwar raid. Hello, welcome Garwar. It's good to see you on this Monday as you raid us in this morning. Bring your booty, bring your riders. Come join us in the chat. If you just missed the announcements, let me give you a sneak preview of what's going on. On Wednesday, we are going to be enjoying Disco, the baby Moonstone Dragon familiar, who is coming to the game as a charity familiar. They're going to be available. I can't keep doing that. Oh, that's a bit much. The Garwar raid gets me going every time. But if you missed it, then the baby Moonstone Dragon familiar Disco is going to be coming out on Wednesday as a charity familiar, and all the net proceeds will go to the Canadian Cancer Society. Thank you to Brian Gray for helping us out with that amazing dragon familiar, and of course you're going to want to join us for Moondance, which I'm not going to do in the pirate voice because I need more tea. I'm usually better about warming up my voice before I DM, but I don't necessarily warm up my voice before this show. Maybe I should change that. Anyway, welcome Raiders. Welcome to the fun that we've been having already. You're just in time for the first vote that we're going to be having, because we've got 4 patrons, but we got to start somewhere. So, should I start with Mert, Vajra, Strahd, or Zariel? The voting is going on right now. Whoever gets the most votes will be the first of the formations that I'll put together to get a whole bunch of challenges done. And while Mars grabs some more questions from chat, let's take a brief look through what challenges we've got available. Mert the Mert challenges. Beast Fae, I've already kind of done a bunch of them. You know, accidentally. Warden as our DPS main. No tanks. No tanks. And Turiel, Nerys, and Celeste in our formation. So the tanking one is going to be a little hard. We're not going to be able to do tanks and... Well, actually, we can. Yeah, I guess we could. That's going to be an interesting formation to put together. We could do all of this all at the same time. Vajra wants Brunner, Dritz, and Calliope. No DPS. Yeah, so... I mean, obviously we can't do DPS and Dritz at the same time, but that's definitely possible. Strahd, let's see what is going on with Strahd for this week. No healing champions, which is not as bad as no support, but oof. Duralaxil, Tyrell, and Hitch. Birdsong is our highest DPS, which is actually nice because Birdsong's one of my main DPS that I go to, especially for trials. So Birdsong's got some pretty nice gear. So yeah, we could do this. We could do this. Tyrell is... I thought I saw Tyrell somewhere, but maybe I was wrong. All right, finally, Zariel also wants no DPS. Makos, Farida, and Talon, and Artemides. Okay, so obviously we can't do the DPS and this, but... Oh, and it looks like as we're looking at Zariel, Zariel has won. Zariel has won the first vote, so we'll go ahead and take care of Zariel first. Let me pull up that first... There we go. I didn't have a document open that I needed. All right. Anyway, hi chat. How's it going? Thanks for voting for Zariel because I have a lot I gotta get done on Zariel, to be honest. Oof. Come on. I have a lot of perks I've yet to unlock, so we could definitely use some help. So let me get this first challenge rolling here for Zariel. So like I was saying, I'm not going to be able to do the DPS and this. So I can't do, but I can try to do Makos, Frida, Talon, and Artemis all at the same time. My Farida is pretty well geared up. So it might be hard to get Artemides as my top DPS, but you know. Yeah, Jads, I know. Hey, listen, there's a reason that I've got a show that is all about doing patron stuff, is because I gotta get stuff done. You know, I mean, this week, listen, I've already blitzed through spending time this weekend making sure that my Vi was all leveled up so that I could take time away from doing Grand Revel so that I could do all these patron things. There's a lot going on in this game. All right, anyway, back to figuring out where do we want to go for Zariel. Undead Fiends. I mean, it's basically undead or fiends. So, I'm tempted to go with fiends because then I can go in Descent into Avernus, which is another campaign that I could use some beefing up. So let's do that. Let's complete this. And let's get our first formation going. And I guess we'll go to Elturel's Last Stand, like we like to do for the Fiendies. For all the Fiendies. Killing them all. Oof, alright. Come here, Zariel. Let's go here, and there, and there. Okay, so we want Artemides, Makos, Farida, and someone else. I'm usually better about remembering these. Anyway, hi, Balkan25. I happened to look over at chat. I know, thankfully Mars has been grabbing chat questions because I'm being bad about looking over at chat. Okay, who did I need? Makos, Frida, and Talon. That's what it was. Okay, get Talon, get Makos, get Frida, and then we want Artemis as our top DPS, and then let's put together a formation. So I am. We want Hellish Rebuke because we're gonna want Artemis as our main person. I like Pathfinder. See, Dritz is in another challenge. So I think we won't grab Dritz or Caddy Bree if possible, and we'll go with Observant. Now, I know Artemides and Orkira, there's ways of getting that stacking going on, but we're not necessarily actively playing. We're doing more of a set it and forget it kind of game because we're going to be getting 3 parties together full of all sorts of patron things. And I'm kind of tempted when we get to, if we do the challenge in where Birdsong is our top DPS, I have a pretty good Heroes of the Plains formation for that. But you know what? There's not really anyone else in slot 1 that I want to grab. So let's, well, you know, the Makos is in that slot. You know what? Let's hold off for a second here, because that's a good spot for Makos. I'm gonna have Farida way back because I'm trying to keep her from being incredibly powerful because I want Artemis to be our top DPS. Who's Dralaxel? Let's avoid Cheryl. I'm looking at tanks mostly because I know there's that one other that's like no tanks, no tanking. Okay, so let's just grab every other tank we can find. Yes, Elise and Dragonbait, and you gotta go somewhere else. Let's get all you up there, and then let's just. I'm kind of thinking we'll tank them out. Hitch, I think, is somewhere else. Oh, we want normal stuff. We want Tear's Eyes. Let's go for some heavy blows. Let's find some people who can buff our friend here. So yeah, let's do that. We're gonna avoid Baloth because Baloth would have to be in this column, and then Farida would also get the buff, and then we'll be less likely. Yeah, let's get Shandy in there. Maybe Sasaspia. Let's do that one. All right, chat. I'm in a bit of a pickle. Oh, hi, TTRP Gifts. How you doing? So I'm in a bit of a pickle. I'm considering moving Wolfgar back because he's not doing too much to help buff Artemis. Potato. And sticking Sentry in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let's do that, and let's stick Sentry in there. And do that. There we go. He's got our main DPS going, so that's not bad. That's not bad. It's a little bit of a wonky formation, but you know what? Once again, like I always say, the whole purpose of this is not necessarily to have the strongest, the most optimized formation. It's how do we get a formation that's going to get as much of this done as possible. Did I remember to switch over to Zariel? I did. Okay. So let's save this formation. Oh, and I want to double check. Do I got to get to 250, 300? What do I got to get to? 250 plus distractions. Yeah, just 250 plus. So 251. And we're going to want you and Just make sure that's there and get us some speed, and voila! There we go. Our first formation done. Our first formation taken care of. Gonna grind through some stuff there. All right, let's answer some questions from chat, and then we'll get ready for formation number 2. Let's go here. Mars. Oh, Mars starting off, grabbing questions and entering questions. I like it. I like it very much. So this show's been going for a while now. Yes, for 17 episodes. I've missed a couple weeks. Oh, I know this wasn't Mars's question, but this is actually a good thing to bring up. Speaking of missing weeks, I'm going to be not here on Monday because I'm going to be flying home. Because next week on Sunday, there's something very specific going on. And I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be somewhere else on Sunday for very, very specific reasons. And because I'm going to be flying home on Monday from that very, very specific thing, there will be no weekly patronage next week. So y'all are on your own for your patrons. But, hey, if you're at all interested on Sunday, there might be... or Kira might be showing up somewhere. I mean, I can't say where. Actually, I can say where. I'm just having fun with the mug. I'm just having fun with my tea. Yeah, so if you don't know, D4 started up again yesterday. It was a one-shot that was super, super cool. And then next week, this coming Sunday... and I know a lot of you see the in-game alerts for this, so that will help if you forget. But Sunday the 13th at 4 p.m. Pacific, there's going to be the first live new game of D4. And if you are like me, and I know I am, you've missed Orkira. It's been a while since I've played her. I mean, Heroes of the Plains ended, and D4 went on hiatus, and my cleric baby, my dragonborn baby has been not around, but hey, you know, she's still hanging out with the BFGs, and we're coming back, and they're back to being live in the studio, and I'm gonna take a trip down there. So yeah, if you've missed Orkira, definitely watch D4 on Sundays. She will be back. Mars, I know that was not your question. I went off on a tangent. Let's get back to Mars's excellent question. Because Mars had talked about how the show's been going on for a while now, which is 17 episodes, with breaks, like next week, where I will be gone. At this point, do you have any challenges you look forward to doing each week, or any that you dread? Look forward to... Let's see. I don't know if there's ones I'd look forward to as much as ones that I prefer. And the ones that I prefer do tend to be the ones, like I was joking about how, hey, I got a whole bunch of Mert done without even thinking about it. To be honest, those are kind of my favorite. Those ones in where I'm doing something else. I'm like, oh, I'm going to put on a patron and I'm going to grind for gems. Or I'm going to take care of a challenge or something. And hey, look, I just got a whole bunch of challenges done. Or because there's adventures coming out all the time, doing some of the adventure variants with a patron on, and then also getting that patron challenge done. Those are kind of my favorites. So, and I mean, that sounds a little bit like a cop-out because those are easy to do because they just kind of happen, but I do like that. I like that moment of stepping away from the game to go do other things and coming back and checking in and being like, ooh, look at all the stuff I did. Yee. I do enjoy, I know there's a lot of people who they'll just go do Mad Wizard for their free play to get all of the kills that they need. And that's probably a better way, a quicker way to go about it. But I really do like jumping around between a lot of the free plays and campaigns to do the fiends and the undeads and the, constructs and kill all those things because it keeps it a little interesting, and I make sure that I'm getting favor in all of those campaigns. The ones I dread do stuff without any support. Do any challenges without any support. First off, there's so many support champions, so it's hard. It's hard. And then on a more personal level, all of the Heroes of the Plains are support. So as soon as you take away support champions, I can't have any of the Heroes of the Plains in my party anymore because they're all support. There's nobody who's just pure DPS, and it's sad. Yeah. So that'd probably be the one that I'm the least fond of. Let's see. Cassius 335 question: any more information on the day of streaming? Well, beyond that, there's this awesome thing going on. So yes, on Wednesday, there's going to be a day of streaming, but Wednesday is already kind of a busy day. So I don't know if I've got anything more specific than that, than this awesome game that's going on that you should definitely come by for. Obviously, there won't be a sketching hour that day because not only is it the same time as sketching hour, but I'm going to be busy DMing this game. So there's that. I know there is also a special Bardic Inspiration thing that will be happening. So you'll definitely want to be around for that. Otherwise, it's kind of a normal day with more joy. Like, yes, there's the Bardic Inspiration special, and there's the Moon Dance, the D&D game. But then, like, all the rest of the normal stuff is happening. There's still Mars has their show. There's still, I should have that schedule up. Because I think that schedule is Wednesday. Yeah, Formation Save is still going on. Champions of Lore is still going on. For obvious reasons, well, now obvious reasons, Champions of Lore is going to be talking about dragons, specifically metallic and gemstone dragons. So yeah, it's a day of streaming, but we're at the point in where many of our days are already full days. So, they're half the fun. Let's see. For Mina Pinky 79, any luck with fixing the missing gem offline problem? I haven't heard anything about that, but if I do, I will. Let me see if I can find out some more information from you. I know stuff like that. They're always working on it, but I haven't heard anything in specific. Mars, if you have heard anything, let me know. See. Oh, Mars is unsure as well. If this is a normal problem, all right, chat, help me out here. Is this something that a lot of people are is this something that a lot of people are seeing suddenly? Or is this something that Fear My Pinky is having an issue with? Because I don't want to send... So normally what I would say is, hey, if you're having a problem with the game, go over to support and make sure you put in a support ticket for what's going wrong, because our fabulous support people will try to help as much as possible. We don't get credits for gems for patrons in offline mode. It's a known bug. Evil Emperor Zur and Alfalker are saying. When you finish a boss level, a bag is now dropped a lot, pauses for a while and says, sending error report moose stew. First off, now I kind of want some moose stew. That sounds really good. Second off, thank you. All right. Yeah, then at this point, if it's a known issue, then I guess I do not know about an answer to that just yet. My apologies. I'm going to say if you experience it, especially if you get that error message, that sending error report one, go ahead and also refresh my trials data. Go ahead and also submit a support ticket, because then you can say exactly what you were doing when that happened, and that might help our wonderful support people help track down what's going on. I'm sorry I don't have more information about that. But hey, considering I'm in the middle of doing a whole bunch of patron challenges right now, that'd be something I'd be interested in finding out about myself. I've been really busy this week, as I said, basically getting through all of Vi's challenges and then trying to grind as many of these 3 chests as possible, because I knew I was going to be spending today doing patron stuff. So I haven't experienced that, but if y'all are, then definitely let us submit that support ticket, especially when you see that error message, so we can try to get more information and get that fixed for you. Let's see. Cassie's335 question is, any further news on when the rest of the Extra Life 24-hour marathon will hit YouTube? Or at least the 3 games Mars was in. No idea, but that is a good question. The hard part about that, I will give you some background information. The hard part about that is something that we were excited to do. Because we did 24 hours of streaming, uninterrupted streaming. We did not lose any time, essentially. There weren't any breaks in the stream. Our team was very, very excited to have that 24-hour chunk video to hold up and be like, look what we did. And so that's super exciting and really fun. And people were really happy about that. It makes it a little more difficult to pull out all the individual segments to put them up on YouTube. So I know only a couple of the segments have gone up. I don't know about the rest of them. But I do know that's one of the reasons that it's taken so long, is because in order to grab a segment out of that 24-hour video file, you have to load up the entire 24-hour video file. And for any of you who have done any video editing, even if you're just doing the highlights on Twitch, it be hard. It's hard. Okay. JS in the morning, Lauren. Hi. D4 champs, when, please, and thank you. Hey, listen, if you would like to see any specific champions, like those from D4, or any of the other live streams that you enjoy, or any of the other 5th edition D&D stuff that's out there, official or streams or anything, definitely let us know. I mean, you've let us know here, so thank you, but I'm on stream. I would suggest maybe shooting in the suggestions in our Discord channel, discord.gg/idlechampions, because we do pay attention to that, and knowing who people want in the game is super helpful, because this game is a collaboration. We're having fun watching all of you have fun with all these champions. So, I mean, personally, I would love for the rest of the BFGs to be in the game. And they are in, like, little ways. You know, the full champions are not, but hey, you know, Harold's Accordion's in here. So they're at least referenced in a couple places. But yes, if you are ever looking to make suggestions about champions you'd like to see in the game, come to our Discord and go to the suggestions channel, or, you know, reply on the social media of your choice to one of our posts. Yeah. Also, dev update, the developer insights, developer update, the dev show on Thursdays. That show is also a really good place to let people know. All right. Couple more questions, and then I saw the in-game alert going out for all the wonderful new people from the game. Hi, welcome. I'm answering a couple questions, and then we're going to get a second patron challenge going here. Rye Guy Sandman, I want your owl character from the Strixhaven stream. Oh, thank you. Listen, Mal I would love to be in a video game. I don't know what a video game is, but I probably get paid if I'm in a video game, right? Right? I'm gonna make a little money if I'm in a video game? Okay, yeah, put me in a video game. That'd be great. I could steal from people. Listen, you always need gold find champions. Who better than your friendly neighborhood, cutter from who's now got some magic and a lot of lightning bugs. It'd be great. I do know that our Strixhaven game is a pretty short campaign. We're doing, and we've talked about this, that it's a short little campaign, kind of as a an aperitif, a fun thing to do in between major campaigns, because Heroes of the Plains just ended, and so having that moment of like, let's just have a little fun and do something else that's not so long-term before we go into our next long-term campaign. But I appreciate that. I'm excited about tomorrow playing Mal. There's a lot going on this week I'm excited about. Let's see. Keith G. Question, but not a patron question. Okay. If I wanted to give a paint and slay suggestion, I'll miss the next episode. Should it be done in Discord? If not, where? Good question. Discord is always an excellent place to put any suggestions because, as I said, even though we're not all there all the time, we keep an eye on it and we're constantly grabbing stuff from there. Paint and slay is off this week, if that helps. We're going to... we did the speed paint of the skeletons last week. That was a single episode. V and I got 2 skeletons done. They are now, I don't know if you can see them down there. It's intentional that my background, except for the super white books over here, is very dark and very backgroundish. But I have all my minis that I've painted myself set up right over there. And so you can't see them. I could walk on over there and get them, but then I'd be like walking away from all of you, and that'd be sad. But yes, so this week there's no paint and slay because once again I'm going to be out of town. As you know, I have to fly out in order to go play with my friends. So we're back next week. I know the next couple of weeks are already set. Like, we're doing the Froghemoth next, which I'm super excited about. Big Froghemoth boy. But the Discord is an excellent place to make suggestions. So yeah, if there's a specific creature you want to see us paint on Paint and Slay, absolutely. I will say we do try to make sure that it is a creature that you can actually fight in Idle Champions. Now, that being said, there's a lot of things in Idle Champions. So unless you're going to request something really obscure or like a very specific type of creature, chances are it's in the game somewhere. So go ahead and make your suggestions. We're always happy to hear them. And if we can get a mini for it, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to answer a couple more questions, but before I do, we have to decide who we're going to get more patrons done for. So we've got a Zariel going on now. We've got Mert, Vajra, and Strahd. So I would love it if Mars, our wonderful moderator for this chat, we could get another... you know what? Let's get another vote going, and this one, let's let people use some of their challenge points. Their channel points, I should say. Let's let people use some challenge points to decide on who is next. I know we've done that before, and it's been fun. I don't know, chat. How many channel points should I make you spend in order to get an extra vote in this upcoming vote? Because we've done large numbers. We've done like 1,000 channel points. We've done 10,000 channel points. But, you know, for some of our newer players out there who might not have watched a lot of streams, who don't have a ton of channel points, how many channel points? 1,001. 10. Okay, that's a wide gap. We got 0 on one side saying 10. We've got Camaro 85 saying 1,001. 1K was fairer than 10K. A Fallen Angel, yes, absolutely. But once again, you know, channel points are free, and it wasn't like it was a poll that was of dire need to everybody. It's just more fun. Somebody spent 125,000 on Mars poll earlier. Whoa. I started 4 days ago, and I have 1.4 channel points already, so 1K seems pretty fair since Synthawk. Also, welcome. Glad to have you. You made me spend all my points. A Fallen Angel. Let's see. You know, if we've got 17 as a nice round number, Nooble 76. I like that. I don't know why I find that funny. Let's do that. 17 channel points. Let's keep it ridiculously low. And so I was gonna say because of the fact that we've got a couple new people in the chat who don't have the tens and hundreds of thousands of channel points that some of our long-term watchers have. Let's keep that number low. And then I enjoy Nooble76. 17 is a round number. I don't know why. So go ahead and vote. You get one free vote for whoever you want. And then 17 channel points will get you another vote. Here we go. I'll put in my vote. I won't tell you who I voted for, but there we go. I will answer. Oh, and since I'm looking at the chat, Psyches, I'm new to Idle Champions. Welcome. Glad to have you. Where do you use the code? You know, we haven't answered this question in a while. I know someone is going to put in, there's a video that is, how do you redeem the code? But let's go ahead and do this right now. I can't redeem my own code because I tested ahead of time. But if you're playing the game, come up here to chests. Go to unlock a locked chest, and it's going to open up this little screen. And there's a bunch of different ways that you can put combinations into this screen. You can actually type it in. You can do. Some people will copy and paste. So if you're here in the chat, you can put code in, ! code, and that will pull up a little Moobot thing that'll say, hey, this is the code for this show. It's good until this date. A lot of people will copy and paste that. For example, I'll go ahead and grab that and do that. You can do a Control-C and a Control-V and copy and paste that in there. It depends on the platform you're on. I'm on the PC. I'm on Steam, but some people are on mobile. Some people are on consoles. So it kind of depends on what makes sense for you. It's going to default to this shorter version of the code. If you copy paste one of our longer codes on in, it should automatically expand. Or you can say, hey, go to 16 characters, and it'll go and get a little bit bigger, and you say unlock. And if it's a valid combination that is still active, it will do a nice little unlocking animation, and then you'll have a chest code. Most of the time, what shows give out are Electrum Chests, which give you lots of fun stuff for any of your champions. But sometimes you can find, sometimes there will be champion chests out there for other shows. Also, Did Zero, thank you for subscribing. Aw, 3 months. Oh, tier 3. Oof. 25 months of tier 3. Wow. Nope, I'm not gonna I've already said. So yeah, you've got all the emotes. Enjoy your emotes. So yes, that's how you unlock a code. My other suggestion is come to our Discord. Here's one. Speaking of, here's one from the Discord. So Tabarja just put one from the Discord. So the reason they say from the Discord is literally in that Discord that I like to talk about, discord.gg/idlechampions. You can go to the combinations channel, where our wonderful community grabs combinations that are from live streams, podcasts, special events. They're all over the place, and consolidates them in one place. What I like about that is not only do you have a chance to pick up a lot of chess codes, but you can help find other shows, podcasts, and special events that you might be interested in watching. Many of our third parties that we send all the ones we send alerts for in the game should send you to a stream that has at least a chess code. But there's podcasts and all sorts of other things going on that don't get in-game alerts that you can go and support and get some free loot. Let's see. Have I already unlocked this one? Let's see. Hey, this is a new one to me. So, unlocking. Flip all the cards. Electrum Chest. Each chest contains 5 items, 1 equipment item for a random unlocked champion, 1 gem card, 1 bounty contract, 1 blacksmithing contract, and 1 potion, with rarities from common to rare. We'll go ahead and just open this up right now. Da-da-da! Hey! Ooh, nice. Okay. Anyway, I saw that there was a winner of Mert barely won. Oh, yeah, I gotta put in Mars code from this morning. We're gonna do a Mert. We're gonna do a Mert? We're gonna do a Mert formation shortly, but if you missed Mars's show this morning, I've been looking forward to some of the codes happening during Grand Revel for this reason. That was the code because, you know, if you're using Vi at all, Vi likes to swear. Mm-hmm. So that was the code for this morning. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tobra J, do you have a bleep button? This is referencing my show this morning. I set up a censor bleep button. Ooh. I am not that fancy. So here's some backstage knowledge while I pull up Mert, and we're going to look at the Mert challenges because that's who we're going to be doing next. Here's a little bit of backstage. So there is a champion spotlight out there, both a video and a blog. I'm usually the person who writes the blogs, and then the amazing Todd Kenrick puts together a video champion spotlight that we use the blog to turn into a script for me to do the voiceover. And there was quite the internal discussion on what I should say when we get to the point where I'm rattling off Vi's abilities. Because for those that don't know, and we'll go ahead and pull up Vi here for a second, Vi have a couple of abilities like this one, in where obviously she's swearing. So what you hear me say in the video is I'm too old for this crap, because we figured of all of the options that made the most sense, because it was something fun that you could say that was, you know, PG-ish. But I like the idea of having a bleep button. But it was a discussion. What's the right thing for me to say? We decided in the video for me to not... One of the options was I could swear, we could bleep it out, which would be super funny. Like, it'd be really funny to be like, I'm too old for this, beep. But we wanted to do something that people could repeat. We wanted me to say something that if you said it back to me, even if it was bleeped out, you know, like, we wanted to model the good behavior. So that's why in the video I say crap. Okay. Mars is going to continue to grab questions from chat. Make sure you put question in big capital letters so that he can grab that easily. And I'm going to go do some a Mert challenge. So we've already got a bunch done. In fact, we've already got Warden done. So no tanks, Turiel, Nerys, and Celeste. And Faye. So I think we're going Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Yeah. Let's Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So let's pop over here. Have you ever wondered why the dungeon door is so clean? Sorry, every once in a while I get distracted by the background music. It's good. Okay, Mert. We're going to Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Thieves of a Coven is there. So we have to avoid our tanks. Oh, tanks. Ooh. So we're avoiding tanks. We don't have to worry about Warden, because I already kind of accidentally took care of him earlier. Turiel, Nerys, and Celeste. Okay. See, now, Turiel is not a tank. Turiel is support. Nerys. And... whoops. Celeste. So, we got 2 spots up front. I'm going to stick a human up there because I like having human up front when possible, because then we can do Zarangs. Enemies have a 25% chance to drop double quest items or count for double quest progress, which is super useful. Okay, so if we're going to build an actual formation here, or at least try, so Turiel buffs people behind them, and he buffs people behind him the further back they are. So let's put him up in the tanking space, even though he is not going to be a tank. And let's create a formation that goes backwards. I mean, we could just use Warden. Warden might work out. Barrowin would be good. Is that... Oops. Yeah, let's... You know what? Let's start with the two of you. Basically, at this point, we're just avoiding tanks. And you know what? We should probably avoid whoever... Jarlaxle, Tyrell, and Hitch we should avoid. We should avoid Birdsong. Bruder, Driss, and Calliope. Okay. Alright, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Let's put you there. Let's see. Oh, let's get Freely. So, you are chaotic evil. So... yeah, Krull could be useful. I'm curious, are there any other... I mean, we could just start to have an evil formation. We could evil it up. That could be interesting. If we go... Let's get Baloth. We'll put Baloth in... Ooh. Oh, Baloth. Oh, Baloth, where am I putting you? Okay, let's put Baloth here because we were gonna want Celeste and Barrowin next to Warden. I actually only have 2 other slots. All right, let's do Viconia because Viconia's fun. Ooh, I mean, do I want Spurt or do I want Krull? Oh, chat, do I want Spurt or Krull? Help me. We have to choose. We have to choose between my good Cobalt boy, who is gonna yell at people that you're dead, or turtle funness. Chef Krull is here and ready for you. I like Krull a lot. Oh, overwhelming Spurt. Wow, I looked away for a second. I looked back and the chat is just... Cassie335. Krull if serious, Spurt if not. I am sorry. I am sorry, my friend. Are you insinuating that Spurt is not a serious champion? Well, that's it. We're doing Spurt. It's gotta be Spurt. I am super serious. Spurt. Well, we gotta do Centipult. And, I'm pretty sure most of these people are not lawful. So I guess we'll go with a high constitution, which some of these people don't have. Oh, poor Turiel is just not buffing too much today. Spurt takes one for the party, says Azarian Calanti. I think Spurt takes all of them for the party. I mean, here we go. Oh, we already killed the boss. Oh well, we'll wait for a second. If you are new and you have not watched Spurt's Ultimate, then I invite you to enjoy the joy that is... Oh, we're going too fast. Oh, well, okay, we'll get him again. We'll get him again out there. It'll happen. Let's save this formation. I mean, my Kobold buddy. Even if he's an evil Kobold buddy. All right. And we're going to get that formation set up in here. Make sure all the specializations are picked. Let's check what our goals were. Mert. We already got 300 or higher. 250 bosses. Okay. I mean, we might as well blitz through this super fast. Let's 200. Let's blitz. We don't need goal find. What we need is speed. I feel the need for a medium potion of speed. You know what? I'm also going to put some gold find on here. Not because I need it, but because we're in Witchlight, and so I'm still, I'm still pretty low on my blessings. And because we missed out on 25 because I was too busy gabbing, let's go ahead and just add those right there. And there, done. Done. We've got ourselves evil-ish. Evil-ish. Not evil-in, but evil-ish. Okay. Back to the questions. We're halfway through the show, and I am halfway through the questions. Maybe a little bit less. A fallen angel asks, talking about Orkira, which is my favorite subject, I unlocked her via time gate a week or so ago. Hey, congratulations. Welcome. Thanks for unlocking me. I really appreciate it. I don't like being locked up in a time gate. Time is bad. Time is weird. It's a flat circle, like a pizza. Let's see. I took her out for a whirl over the weekend. OMG, she's just the best. I mean, I am. I'm very biased. I'm super biased. Chat knows how biased I am about Orkira. Chat, how biased am I with Orkira? How much do I love Orkira? It's simply because she's the character that I created. But I'm super glad that you are enjoying her. And I do find that she is relatively useful. See, thank you, Sir Narvi. Not biased at all. Thank you. That is kind, if not correct. It's not biased if it's true, says Kay Malmstrom. Okay. I would like to think I am very clear about when I am being hyperbolic about my love for Orkira and the fact that she is actually incredibly useful. Oh, hey! Rathies unlocked Orkira via time gate myself a couple hours ago. She is awesome. Congratulations. Also, thank you. Thank you for unlocking me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, time gates. Let's see. Sir Narvi, question. If you could pick a new patron for Idle Champions, who would it be? Sky's the limit. Ooh. Okay. I will say this. I will come up with an answer to this, and I will also say I am not hinting at anything. I honestly am not hinting at anything. If I could pick a new patron. God, that's really hard. Because all the people that I'm thinking of right away are either already in the game in some way. Like, I think Omen would have been a great patron. But I love having Omen as a champion. I'm not upset about Omen being a champion in the game. I think that's amazing. But yeah, totally would have made sense for him to be a patron. Considering all the patrons we have so far are canonically powerful NPCs in game. With that in mind, you know who I think would be fun would be Durnan, the person who owns the Yawning Portal. And here's why. Canonically, very powerful PC in the game. Yeah, that puts 3 of the patrons in Waterdeep, but But Durnan is an onion. There's a lot of layers to Durnan. Durnan has access to a lot of stuff because of his history. I think there could be some fun interplay between Durnan and Mert. I think it would be fun to have a patron who is, who owns a business. You know, Mert is Mert the moneylender, but Durnan, the proprietor of the Yawning Portal, like, that's super cool. I think Durnan would be fun. And then when you do missions in the Grand Tour that are specifically in and around Waterdeep, you could do, like, dungeon delves into the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Once again, I know nothing about what is coming up. Great assault. I'm not hinting at anything. But yeah, if I had to pick someone, I think Durnan would be fun. Let's see. Dota 2 Norax question. I dislike the challenges that cancel each other out. That cancel out each other. That's fair. Do without DPS 1k zones. Also, do 500 zones with Minsk. What kind of improvements could we see to the challenges? I know increasing the variety of the challenges and making improvements to them are on the roadmap. I don't have any specifics. I feel like I'm losing the stream. Am I still live? Hey, chat, am I still around? I just saw a whole bunch of frames go away, and I got nervous. Yeah, I think I'm losing the chat. Oh no! Am I still here? It blipped, but still here. Lagged for a moment. Okay, all right, good. I thought I'd been what's the in Superman 2 when they send them to that negative zone plane? It's the mirror. What's that thing where you're sent to the Phantom Zone? I thought I got sent to the Phantom Zone for a moment. Oh. We almost lost Orkira to another time gate, says Alpha Wolf. Listen, it's Orkira. She is constantly just shuffled around. Okay. Looks like nope. If you had any issues, it was not on your end. It looks like it was either Twitch or my end, but they seem to be clear. I'm still here. Thank you, Mars. I appreciate. Okay, looks like it was just a momentary interruption, but we're back. To go back to Dota 2 Norax's question, yeah, I can't talk about there are improvements coming. A variety of what those challenges are, making them more interesting, making some of them more challenging. We are aware of the fact that there is a lot of that kind of overlap. But I don't have any specifics for you. JDog2773, can we get a Triton for Ishii? I'm assuming you mean a Triton that Ishii can use her specializations with, and not a Triton friend for Ishii. Although Ishii deserves friends. Why not a Triton friend? Oh, hey, look. I'm working on merch challenges right now. This is true. I mean, definitely, if you would like to see a Triton champion, if you come to our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions, there's a whole channel devoted to suggestions. I'd say, don't just say, hey, let's get a Triton for Ishii. But, like, do you know of a specific champion you'd like to see that's a Triton? There's so many streams that are out there. There's bunches of oats of books that have Tritons in them. Go take a look. Maybe there's a champion out there who fits the bill. And if not, let us know. Hey, maybe this is an opportunity for a C&E original champion. You never know, but definitely let us know. Let's see. Cassie's335, comment. Imagine a champion's... Oh, I'm sorry. I'll do this more in my voiceover mode, since this is a comment. A comment from Cassius335. Imagine, if you will, a Champions of the Realm style tournament, where the winner got to be an Idle Champions. Though judging from said show, the balancing might be a little tricky. Yeah, that's the problem. Listen, Champions of the Realm is super fun. If you don't know what it is, it's a PvP style Champions tournament that's happening on Wednesdays on the Realmsmith channel, and also D&D on YouTube specifically. And they're playing Idle Champions, but it's PvP. And the hard thing about it is that the PCs in D&D are not meant to be PvP. And so every once in a while, you end up with kind of weird matchups and one-sided matchups. What I like about the show is that all of the players, even though it's meant as kind of a very crunchy show, the players really lean into the role-playing of it. I mean, if you watched Alicia Murray and Deborah Ann Wall playing as Jamila and Barrowin, like, they told a story, and I wanted to see them get donuts afterwards. It wasn't just the two of them fighting, but, like, watching them interact with each other and the role-play with each other was super fun. And I think this week it's Markmere as Baloth and Evelyn, right? I think that's who it is. Like, I think, yeah, Markmere cracks me up too, right, guy Salmon. But yeah, like, I think those two content creators, hi, NX Squared, welcome. I think those two content creators are going to have a lot of fun playing off of each other. And that's kind of the joy of it, because once again, you can't take PvP D&D too seriously because the game is not built that way. It's meant as a collaborative party experience against a bunch of monsters. So that would be my concern, is that balancing would be kind of impossible. Like, no one would ever play a bard, especially at lower levels. No one would ever play any of the support classes, because the way to win would be you have to have some DPS, you know? And so there's a whole bunch of characters that would not be optimal for that kind of PvP, and to have that kind of prize at the end of it, that'd be a little difficult. Grail Tour. I'm going to answer this question, and while I answer this question, we should get another vote going on. We've just gotten all the new people coming in from the game. Hi, welcome. And we still have one more party and 2 more patrons. So we've already got Mert and we've already got Zariel going on here, but we need to get a third adventuring party going between Strahd and Vajra. So while Mars, the wonderful moderator of this chat and this channel, helps out with getting one more vote going, and this one let's just keep straight, just a regular vote, no channel points. Let's see, do we want to do a Vajra or do we want to do a Strahd? While that's going on, I'll answer some more questions. Yeah, I love bards. Bards are awesome, and they can be super powerful, but bards are, while they can have damage dealing spells and they can do damage, really a lot of their build is a support build. Bardic Inspiration is something you give to someone else. You don't take it yourself. So, anyway, while that vote is going on, let's go back to Graltor. What happens when you have a duplicate item? Is it converted to gold? No, it is something better happens. So when you have a duplicate item, it increases the loot level of that item. So for example, let's go to Viconia here. She's got this Mace of Magnificence. Right now, as you can see, it is a level 68 Mace of Magnificence. If I open up a chest that has another Mace of Magnificence in it, I don't lose that. It gets added to this item, and it increases the loot level of this item, which increases the damage that all champions receive, or that all champions can do. So it makes this item more powerful. You know what? I can show you, because I've got an Electrum Chest. So let's open up this Electrum Chest. So you see how Nova, I just unlocked a glowing blade. I already had a glowing blade for Nova. So it is increased my blade. The effect is increased by 0.8%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but as you're unlocking more and more and more gear, it gets more and more and more powerful. So you never lose anything. It makes your champions much more powerful. I like this poll. 2 patrons enter, 1 patron leaves. Aw, Graltor. I am more than happy to answer your question, and I'm glad that chat was helpful. Chat is very helpful. Chat is often faster with answering some of those questions than I am. In fact, I'm just going to assume chat already answered your question probably many minutes ago. The reason I like to say it is because sometimes people come on in that are new to the game that missed your question. So it's good to answer it on air. Also, you know, if someone's watching the VOD on Twitch, they can get the answer too. Back to questions. Nanbread Loaf. Speaking of Jarlaxle, Kobold Jarlaxle when? I mean, are you asking if Jarlaxle is going to turn into a kobold, or are we referencing the new comic that's out there? Ooh, I wonder if I could pull that up. I should have had that comic available. Hold on a second. I'm going to this. If you haven't seen, we now have 2 comics a week, which I am super excited about. And more than just being super excited about a comic, I love the new Pack Antics comic. For those of you who like kobolds, if you are like me, and I know I am, you love kobolds. Let's save this image. I'm gonna do the thing live here on the air. If you missed it, the first of our Pack Antics comics went up. What is Pack Antics? Well, I am so glad I asked a question rhetorically, as if all of you were asking it in the chat. Let's grab... Where did I save this? There you are. Oh, I need to do that. And now I can get it in here. This is what happens when you try to do OBS Fun Live. And badoom! It's huge! It's so big! Oh no! So if you go to any of our social media, you'll be able to see this. This is the new Pack Antics comic. I believe it comes out on Tuesdays. So our Friday comic tends to be a one-off comic. It is not an ongoing story. And it's more of a weekly fun thing or something epic. This, however, is more of an ongoing story. And as you can see, Deacon might have cast a little spell to make a whole bunch of the champions that you are used to, to make them look like they are kobolds. And yep, there's Jarlaxle. There's Jarlaxle right there in the center. With the hat, with the sword. I mean, trust Jarlaxle to still look incredibly suave and sophisticated and smirking as a kobold. So yes, keep an eye on our social media. I'll go ahead and put our socials into chat for people to find. But yeah, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, on our Discord, you can see this comic coming up. I love the, did you make me smaller? I love it so much. All right, let's put that away. Strahd won. Ooh, Strahd has won the challenge. All right, we'll get Strahd going in a second here. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Satirius asks, who has your most legendary gear? Ooh. I mean, probably Orkira. Probably. I mean, I did kit her out with as much forged stuff as possible. So, yeah. So, Ashara's got a bunch. Let's see, I've got 3 on Ashara? Yeah. I know Birdsong has a bunch, because, like I said, Birdsong is one of my main DPS for when I've got Heroes of the Plains builds going. So, Birdsong's got 4. I've been starting to kit out Human. Come on, game. There you go. But I believe I finished kitting out Orkira with completely legendary. There we go. Yep. Legendary. Look at the accordion. I don't want to spend right now. Sorry. So yes, Orkira is by far my most, for obvious reasons. I mean, I think I actually did it on air. I made legendary her bag of marshmallows because I find it hysterical that she now has legendary marshmallows. Cassie's335, question. Who says someone can't be both a patron and a champion? Mert's not that strong for one. I don't think there's a rule, but I do think there's so much going on in this game that it's okay for someone to just have one job. You just had one job. And so, yeah, having someone as both a champion and a patron. I mean, there was jokes about Avern when Avern came to the game, but I think it makes sense for Avern to be a champion. I think it makes sense for Omen to be a champion. All of that makes sense. One more question, and then I'm going to go ahead and take care of a Strahd formation. Merrick asks, could we get a skin for Orkira that makes her look like a very serious scientific nerd? We could call it Dorkira. As long as it doesn't actually come with an increase to her intelligence, I will make the suggestion. Like little pair of spectacles on the end of her snout. I mean, Orkira in a lab coat. I don't know. It would definitely be a costume though, right? Because like I love Orkira, but she's not. Her intelligence is 8. Let's remember that. She is Not a scientist. In any way, shape, or form. Okay, let's do some Strahd patron challenges. Let's see. So Strahd wants Jarlaxle, Tyrell, and Hitch. Strahd also wants Birdsong. And we can do all of this. Yes, this is all very possible. We can do this. Okay. Here is the sad thing about Strahd. Orkira cannot be in a Strahd challenge because Orkira is not smart enough for Strahd. Also, even if she was, I would not do a job for a vampire. I mean, Whittle's as close as I'm ever gonna come to working with vampire. Whittle and Finley, that's about it. But we'll do what we can. All right, and then 2,500 beasts. Aw, we kill all the beasties. Let's do Hither to the Feywild. That's got a lot of beasts in it. So let's come here. Let's listen to some nice music. We'll get Strahd going in Hither to the Feywild. Because once again, I have a lot of Feywild Wild Beyond the Witchlight that I gotta work on. Strahd, Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Hither. Oh, nope, it's not there. Are you here? Nope, that's not there. Where are you? Nope, that's a Prince of 1,000 Enemies. Yeah, there you go. Only took me 4 tries. Okay, so we want Hitch and Birdsong and Jarlaxle and Tyrell. Tyrell? You're neutral. Let's gold. Let's be charismatic. Let's get Tyrell. I'm probably gonna want Tyrell to be a moose. Go be a moose! Because Birdsong is gonna become my top DPS. It doesn't really matter where you are. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we need to worry about doing. Nope. Alright, let's just buff the birds. Buff the Birdsong. Alright, Avron. Get over there. Oh, let's get Alindra in there. Let's put Alindra here. Yep, that makes sense. Always go sturdy when you can. Ooh, we can't have Briv either. Oof. This is gonna be hard. Extra judgy. Extra judgy is always good. Oh, we can get Whittle. Let's put a Whittle in there. Maybe Cathris. And we put Whittle there. And yeah, let's get Cathris in the back. We're a little short on tanks. Birdsong is Dex. Yeah, although her charisma's high enough. All right, we're getting to brass tacks here. Non-adjacent champions, because we want him to buff. Okay, so we need someone to tank and we need someone in the back. Oh, I mean Vi could be good. Caddy Bree could be good. Nah. I mean, I do love Mehen, but Mehen makes sense when you've got... We're low on tanky tanks. Friends, we don't have a lot of tankies. Oh, I don't want to lose Alindra. Well, there's really no tanks here. Let's see. What are our tanking options at all? We got nobody here. 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 Oh, we got nobody there. Oh, jeez. Jeez. If we want to have the people that we want. Oof. I mean, Nova's over here, but then we'd lose Averin. Sorry, Averin. We need a tanky tank. Let's get Vi in here. Because Vi's fun. And Kitty Bree. There we go. That's, once again, are we talking about the most optimized formation? Absolutely not. Are we talking about a formation that's going to get us what we need for a bunch of Strahd patron challenges? Absolutely. Don't really have any Warforged. I don't really have Evil. They're mostly good and neutral champions. So, yeah. I've forgotten how smart Birdsong is. Always, well, not always go for sass, but in this case, we want things to go faster. So we'll sass it up. Yeah. I guess Nova. Yeah. We've got a lot of smart people in here, but I think that works, right, chat? What do we think? Yeah, Warden is an evil Warforged. Warden is awesome, but Warden is busy somewhere else. Look at her tapping her little foot. I love it so much. Make people get faster. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got Whittle in kind of the optimal place. I wonder if I swap the two. Nope, that's not gonna help. Do a little swapping around here just to give things a try. Ooh, yeah, that works better. Ooh, Whittle has taken over our top damage dealing. That's okay. That's okay. Birdsong will take over shortly. All right. I think we're good. I think this will work. And if it doesn't, it'll still get most of what we need done. So let's get this selected, and the specializations are all good. Do we have to get to a certain level? You figure I'd like write this down or something. Yeah, we're not worrying about the healing champions right now because I mean, we've got Tyrell in here, so 250, 300 or higher. So yeah, let us do. I like to do that because it reminds me, oh, there was a reason I went to 301 is because I'm trying to get to area 300. That's just kind of my internal way of remembering it. But there we go. We've got ourselves 3 full adventuring parties full of all sorts of patron funness. Cheers unto all of you. All right. And we still got, 30 minutes or so to answer some questions. So let us do that. Oh, you know what it's been? It's been... Actually, I'll wait 9 more minutes. I'll wait for the next in-game alert to go on out and for the next influx of wonderful people to come on in, and then we'll talk a little bit about the thing that we talked about at the beginning of the show. Ooh. But meanwhile, we'll go back to Covestians. Rye Guy Sandman asks, question, any plans, however vague? Well, it's going to be a good question when already we're getting qualifiers like, it's okay if you have to be vague. Any plans, however vague, for more champions that have abilities that persist between resets? I've recently figured out how to use Morgane and Zorbu, and they've been real useful. Plus, I like being able to build up characters between campaigns. I honestly don't know. However, I like that you like that. I like that you like that those are characters that you can build up during between campaigns. Also look into if that's the kind of champion that you like spending some time and making more powerful. Also look into Dahani. Dahani recently came out. I'm a fan of Dahani. Also look into Black Viper. Those are also characters that the more you use them, the more powerful they become. And Dahani, of course, is a murder burb. She's over here, Dahani. She's super fun. Always include Aarakocra whenever you can. Yeah. I can't be vague because I have no information that I can share. Sorry. But I do appreciate that you like those kind of champions, and definitely let people know that you like those kind of champions, that you like champions that you can work on just by using them. They're fun. Torgar 2 says Camaro85, which is definitely true. Torgar is another one of those champions that the more you use them, the more powerful they become. Alfalker 011, but what is Pack Antics? You probably asked that back when I was not looking at the chat. But for those of you who missed it, yeah, Pack Antics is just one of the new comics that we have coming out, or that is already out. Did I lose it? Oh, I don't have it anymore. Oh, well. If you go to our social media, Pack Antics is a comic that releases on Tuesday, and where all of the champions have been magicked to look like kobolds. And so you get to see kobold versions of a whole bunch of champions, and maybe more coming. Some of them look vastly different as a kobold. Some of them not so much, you know. And I like that they are the version of kobolds that are kind of like yes, kobolds to me will always be little dragons. They are direct dragon creatures. They are draconic in nature. But I do like the way that Luke draws them with like the kind of dog-like muzzle, the puppy mouth, even though they're dog puppies. That's why we like kobolds. They're dog puppies. Of course. Now it all makes sense. Lil Surge Zero asks, best use of familiars? If you have a few, I have a couple. I love familiars. They make me so happy. Okay. Familiars are incredibly useful. I think there's guides for that. I'm pretty sure there's guides for that. But familiars are incredibly useful, especially for someone like me, who is the play for a little bit and then go do other things, then play for a little bit and go do other things. I've talked on this show specifically, but in other places, about how back in my day, before there were familiars, because familiars and the multi-party mode and Mojang cores, those are all relatively new in the lifespan of the game. It used to be if you wanted to level anything up, if you wanted to do anything in the game, you had to do it yourself. And being active in the game certainly is one of the best ways to get through a whole bunch of things incredibly quickly. But familiars are so useful and especially helpful to people like me, as I said, who tends to have the game running on in the background while I'm working or doing other things. I find, and you've probably seen me do it a bunch of times, the best thing I like to do with familiars, I get 6 of them out on the field as quickly as possible. Because especially, I've been playing long enough that at least in those first early levels, when I first start an adventure variant, they'll just kill things. They're clicking on the field. I have their animations mostly turned off so you can't tell, but they're clicking away. And so not only will they kill monsters as they come out while I'm figuring out a formation, they'll also kill the distractions that come on by. So they are finding that gold and helping me out. So whenever I start up a new formation, first thing I do, 6 familiars out on the field. And then a familiar on every single champion that I've got in the formation, so that I don't have to worry about constantly leveling up my champions. So that, you know, here we go. I've got this all set up. They're off and running, and I can walk along. And then come back and be like, ooh, what happened? Also, they're adorable. Also, they're just, and I am that person, like I'm noticing that Alindra has a red panda, which is adorable, but Grant, the baby blue dragon, ended up over here on Birdsong. So let's just fix that. And look, here's Griff floating over here. We've got Whittle, who's got one of these cute, I think it's a Gramishka? Is that what that is? I always say this wrong. Oh, it's Slink. But Whittle has her own rat. It's Gerard. So let's give Whittle her own familiar. Oops, that was not what I wanted to click on. If Orkira was on the formation, I'd have the Phoenix out here somewhere. Most likely clicking on Orkira, making her more powerful. We do, actually, this is an excellent time to talk about familiars. If you're looking for more familiars, there's a bunch of different ways to get them. You can purchase them from the in-game shop with gems. You can purchase them with real money. And if you're going through patron challenges like me, all of the patrons in their shop have familiars. In fact, one of the ones that I really want to get, which I don't have yet, which I could buy, but I'm saving up for other things. Look at the baby koala. Look at the baby koala. It's so cute. So yes, each of the patrons have a familiar that you can spend patron currency to purchase. So there's all sorts of ways that you can pick up many, many, many familiars. Some people like putting them on click damage, depending on what you're doing. I always like to have at least one roaming around on the ultimate bar, not just because it's good to have when you've got a game going on in your background. It's good to have at least some of the ults going off, especially when you get to some of the higher levels. But also it's just fun watching the animations. Like look at the little sausage going back and forth as he's balancing on the unicycle, just like, it's so much fun. A lot of them have really cool wing flapping animations. Some people like to collect them. Collecting is fun. There's, of course, Hoot and Clover, who are... let's get them out here. Sorry, Xanathar, we're getting rid of your fish. So for those who are curious, these are two familiars who were created out of sketching our creations that the audience voted on. So many, many, many months ago, we made those during the sketching hour, and then during one of the episodes of the sketching hour, the audience got to vote on which of a selection of creatures would get turned into familiars, and they decided on, there was no wrong answer, but I'm pretty happy with Hoot and Clover. So this is the Flower Dragon Parrot and the Overgrown Owlbear Fox. And then some of the, so back in the day, way before I started working for C&E, and way before I had any money, the only time I scrounged up enough money to spend on the game would be times when a familiar would drop that was a charity familiar. Because this company has a long history of offering familiars as fundraisers for charity. And that tradition is going to continue on Wednesday, as you will be able to pick up Disco, the baby moonstone dragon familiar, who is adorable. Look at this key art. Is this key art not amazing, chat? Chat, back me up here, chat. Tell me that this key art isn't absolutely gorgeous. It's all sparkly, and then the smile, and the moonstone dragons, which are new out of Fizbins, and it's awesome. It's awesome. We worked with Brian Gray, who you might know as Urban Bohemian on Twitch and Twitter and all of the fun places. Brian is also one of the members of Rivals of Waterdeep, which we have 3 champions from Rivals of Waterdeep in our game. And so we worked with Brian to create Disco, who will be dropping on Wednesday. And if you purchase Disco between Wednesday and February 22nd, so it's about 2 weeks, all the net proceeds from Disco will go to support the Canadian Cancer Society, which is an absolutely fabulous organization. Definitely look up information about all of the services that they provide. And to help with that, we are running... There we go! Moondance! On Wednesday, there will be a charity one-shot that is going to be happening on this channel from 3 to 5 Pacific on Wednesday the 9th. It's a one-shot that I am going to be DMing, that Brian, Urban Bohemian, will be playing in along with Alexis, Jay, and V from C&E Games. So the 4 of them will be making up a party, and we're going to play a little one-shot for a couple of hours on Wednesday. Yay! And, there might be moons and dancing involved. I don't know why you would think that. So yes, to answer your question about familiars, about how they are used and where you can get them and all of the fun stuff, one of the best parts about familiars is how adorable they are and how every once in a while you can purchase them for charity. So yes, if you have the money and would like to buy Disco, then your money will go towards a good cause. And you will get an adorable familiar in the game. And we have a storied, wonderful history of adorable, adorable familiars. I mean, I'm going to have to now put Prism somewhere else, but I did realize I've got, here we go, Prism would be up top. So I've got Vi out here, but Vi has a pack that's available in where you can get the Inventor Vi, and it comes with this adorable, adorable flying rabbit thing. Who had a name? I can't remember at the moment. Let's go check. Oh, geez, I'm bad. Aura, the homunculus. There we go. An adorable and industrious companion. Yep. And then Ricochet. Look at Ricochet. Oh, it's a little baby. Oh, it's an alligator. There we go. Like, I'm sorry. This is the fun that I have in this game. It's so much fun. So yes, that's what Familiars are all about. Thank you for joining me on my Lauren Geeks Out About Familiars part of the show. This happens once every other week or so. Thank you for indulging me and asking that question because I got to talk about Familiars. Gray L-shaped, how about a skin for Birdsong that makes her look like an actual bird rather than a feline? That is funny, interesting. I can pass that along. I mean, that's the thing about Tabaxi naming conventions, is the fact that they have these very evocative names. And yes, Birdsong not actually being a bird. Well, but she sings like a bird. But we can definitely pass that along. Rhaegar. Question. Lauren, do you peek over Luke's shoulder and offer suggestions? Yes and no. So for those that don't know, Luke McKay of the Clan McKay, the awesome, awesome artist who is behind all of the comics for Idle Champions, who's also done some backgrounds and some other work for Idle Champions, but mostly is known as the comic artist. He is my lovely, lovely partner. Luke, are you in chat? Sometimes he's even in chat. I don't know if he's in chat. Anyway, Luke is my husband. He's behind that wall right there. His office is the dining room, because unfortunately we do not have a lot of space in our apartment, and so I have the second bedroom and he gets the dining room. The good thing about that is he has a lot of space and he has some nice windows and everything. The bad thing about that is it's the dining room, so whenever I want to go to the kitchen, I'm walking behind him. So to answer your question, do I peek over his shoulder all the time? Pretty much either unintentionally because I'm on my way to the kitchen because snacks, or because he's amazingly talented and wonderful, and I get drawn into, just pun intended, drawn into watching his art. So I end up standing there just like, I love it. It's a living, it's watching art literally be created. Do I offer suggestions? Not unless asked for a bunch of different reasons. One, he's the artist. Two, I often don't have suggestions. In fact, on a regular basis, I'm standing there going, this is amazing. And he'll go, yeah, but this is not in proportion, and I don't like this color, and I gotta change this. And I'm like, but it's amazing. How are you so amazing? And Canadian. And so I often don't have suggestions. So usually I don't have suggestions, and even if I did, I would not offer unless asked. And every once in a while he does ask. Fun fact, behind the scenes, whenever you see a comic that includes a character that is a champion owned by a content creator, we get approval from the content creator before we post that comic. We make sure that they're okay with how they look and what they're doing. So if you do ever see Orkira drawn in one of the comics or portrayed somewhere, I have been asked. And so that's one of the few times where I've given any feedback. And most of the time, I don't have feedback. Luke's drawn Orkira enough that it's very rare that I'm like, can you just change this a little bit? Yeah, gray L-shaped. Dining rooms work. My kid's classroom was ours last year. Yeah, I'd imagine there's a lot of people in the last couple of years who have had to turn what used to be living spaces into workspaces. We were semi-lucky, and long before the pandemic, I'll just say it, because I was already doing a lot of work from home and streaming from home as part of my regular job, and because when I do oboe stuff, I'm loud. I mean, I'm loud without the oboe, but I'm loud. I needed an office space, and Luke was still kind of half working from home, half working outside of the house. So when we moved, this is about 5 years ago, I think, we looked for a 2-bedroom apartment because we were looking for some space that was large enough that I could have my own office. This is a bedroom, but, something we could still afford. And then now that we're both working from home, so the dining room is now his office. It's not so bad for us because we don't have kids, we don't have pets. It's just the two of us, and we don't eat in a dining room anyway. We're usually like sitting on the couch or, eating at our desks or just like hanging out in the kitchen. So it's not a big deal. He just deserves his own dedicated space that isn't kind of an ad hoc space. But I'd imagine there are a lot of people who have a lot more people in their household who have to do a lot more juggling of office workspaces. So my heart goes out to all of you trying to make it work. The real bunny beast. Where's the cotton candy? The cotton candy is in your heart. Couple more questions. JDog2773 question. Can we get another grandma champion so Luke can do a Golden Girls comic with Rosie, Grandma, V, and someone else? Ooh, a grandma. I mean, Whittle. Whittle isn't a grandma, but Whittle is surprisingly old. 423. That ain't young. Whittle technically isn't a grandma, I don't think. As in, Whittle isn't a grandparent who has a grandchild unless you take into account the end of Heroes of the Plains and other things that happened. But I'm not going to go into spoilers. But yeah, Whittle is old enough to be considered grand person. Oh, who else is grandparent age? Sir Narvi, I see that comment. I'm not gonna talk about Luke and his affinity for the wild squirrels because they're wild. Let's see. Let's go through. Who else could be a grandparent? I mean, I still think Whittle is the most likely candidate, age-wise at least. Yeah, Whittle could be Blanche. J-Dog. I completely agree. Yeah, because being a grandparent is more than just age, right? It's not just being of a mature age, let me put it. But it's also being, Alcoria. Alcoria might be perfect. Now that I think about it. Yeah, because I think if we asked if Whittle could be a grand person, a grandparent, I think she would insist that although she's older, she's not necessarily like the grandparenting type, but Alcoria could work. Viconia is 270 years old, says Shiodin111. True. And also Morgan, here's the interesting thing. There's going to be champions in here, who are elves, who are gnomes, who are long-lived creatures. There's also characters in here who are technically incredibly old, but because of either time travel or other D&D things, are not of an advanced age, or are, not really, they don't have kids or grandkids, they don't have that kind, technically Orkira is thousands of years old. Why? D&D. Don't worry about it. So when we're talking about being a grandparent, we're talking about being a golden girl, or a golden grand person. Then we're talking about a specific quality of a person. I think Okoria would fit really well. I will pass it along to Luke. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I like the idea. I think it's funny. Let's see. Hey, Maelstrom, question. Will there be more familiars from some of the sketching hour? I don't know. I hope so. That was super fun when we did that. Like, adding the sketching hour familiars to the game was a ton of fun. It was fun for the audience to vote on it because you're half the reason we've got those familiars in the game. They're unique, they're funny, they're interesting, but I honestly don't know. We've been going for quite a while. We've now been going for almost a year. Way more episodes than this show has, I must admit. So maybe at some point in the future. We'll see. But I would love to have more. I would love to have a whole suite of familiars, but it's nice to have a collection. Just like the champions that we put into the game, it's good to have a variety of them from a variety of different places. Familiars, it's good to have a variety of them from a variety of different places. Because some people may only want to pick up the familiars that are charity familiars or that are available either in the gem shop or from patrons. Some people are happy to buy them when they're parts of packs. Some people have been asking for cats. Apparently we have a dearth of cats and we need more cats in the game. And I think that's just because we've had a couple of dogs recently added with like Fenris. Fenris was our most recent charity familiar. Fenris is adorable. Look, I like putting Fenris on the ult bar because then it looks like Fenris is trying to play with the ultimates. But I mean, we've got some cats in here. But we have recently, like we had Star the Displacer Beast Kitten, who kind of counts as a cat, right? Kind of. But we have had a request for more cats because we have had a lot of dogs. So yeah, it kind of depends on enter place familiar mode. I forgot that got added. It depends on where we're pulling them from. Once again, like champions, if you have suggestions, like you want to see more, I would say for the sketching hour, if you have a suggestion, don't just say, can we get more sketching hour familiars? Come to our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions, and let us know, is there a specific familiar you'd like to see? Or a specific sketching hour creature you'd like to see as a familiar? Is there a specific champion that has an animal companion that you would like to see that they're used to having? Although we're usually pretty good about including any of the animal companions that come along. I mean, Griff, Alindra's familiar, and Briv, both of them manage to have their animal companions, their familiars, their wonderful Flumph and or very, very judgy owl, not just as separate familiars in the game, but in their character model. So like, that's one of the reasons that I like using Pirate Alindra, is because I like Griff sitting in her hat. So we're usually pretty good about that, but yeah, it could be fun to hear. Yeah, the Lurking Writer, of course, asking for Tiawut. Could Tiawut actually be a familiar though, or is Tiawut not a replacement for Tiamat? Is Tiawut not the latest and greatest boss creature that you will have to fight? Also, hello. Welcome to these last few minutes of weekly patronage, because we are going to be ending soon. For those of you who are just joining us, in a couple of hours, our next show is going to be, speaking of familiars, a familiar quest is going to be happening tonight. We're on episode 3, I believe. So yes, for those that don't know what a familiar quest is, you can watch 4 amazing people playing familiars for Todd Kenrick as a DM, who is desperately trying to make the creepiest Barovia show ever, while 4 adorable familiars are adorable. It's amazing. You should absolutely watch. It vacillates between dark, creepy, and gothic, and a golden retriever smelling death's butt. I mean, how can you not watch? It's amazing. So that is tonight. You can catch up on this channel. I'm just making sure that I have the correct schedule. So that's at 5 o'clock tonight, 5 to 7 Pacific for our familiar quest. Tomorrow we should have our normal Mars Guiding Hand in the morning, Crusaders Weekly, Champions of Psychology, Bardic Inspiration is back. Bardic Inspiration is back this week. And on Wednesday, of course, we will have... not that one, this one! Hey! On Wednesday, we will be having some extra fun with Moondance and Disco, the Moonstone Dragon Familiar, and all of that that's going to be coming on out. Oh, geez, there we go. Sometimes I click on the wrong thing. So yeah, stick around. There's a lot going on. I just lost the questions doc to see if there were any last second questions. There we go. Coming on in. So yes, if you have any questions, get them in now, because in a minute or two I have to go because I super duper need lunch. Lunch has to happen. Also, if you are going to be around this weekend, definitely check out D4 because Orkira is going to be back in game on Sunday. If you'd like to see my Dragonborn Cleric of the Phoenix hanging out with all the awesome people on D4, that's this Sunday at 4 o'clock Pacific. There'll be an in-game alert for that. Come get your chess code and find out what Orkira has been up to in the last couple of months. All right. Well, that covers everything. It is time to go. Thank you once again to Mars for being an awesome moderator and grabbing all of the questions from chat. Thank you to chat for helping me out with getting a bunch of these patron challenges done and asking lots of really, really good questions. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast for the game that we like to play, that we've based this game on, that we are playing, that I am excited to play with. And we'll see you next encounter.